For everyone leaving notes down, even leaving comments, we usually record these on Sundays.
Yeah.
So when you're posting spoilers for the next episode in the comments for those videos, we have about, I want to say, a 16-hour gap between posting the old reaction video and recording the next one.
So have we both been spoiled on the thing that's going to happen in this episode?
I've like avoided it like a fucking ninja, but I've still like gotten grazing blows from it, I think.
Thankfully, they do say spoilers when they comment, so...
Some of them didn't.
See, the problem is, they do spoilers, and then they go enter, 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 enter. Like they make a gap. But those gaps don't show up when you open the comments on the studio. On the YouTube studio thing.
The read more does show up on the video itself.
But whenever I open the studio, it's like I see the comment they left. And it's like, oh, god damn it, why do you do this?
YouTube needs a block out option.
Yeah, like an actual spoiler, like you know, like they do on most forums.
That would be awesome. But yes, that's a public service announcement. Please do not spoil the next episode until the day after.
And don't do it on Twitter either.
Oh god, yeah, don't.
Yeah, god, no.
Like...
Yeah, because Twitter does not have a read more, so you will see it.
So yeah, it was like, I got a notification on Twitter, and I'm like, oh hey, and then it's just a spoiler. I'm like, why? Why did you do this?
I can't believe you've done this.
So yeah, we're all not going into this completely fresh because of you.
I think it's amusing how long it took people to see your face.
Well, it took me a little while too.
I'm so happy with how that came out.
Yeah, I just glanced down. I glanced down. I saw there was something there, and I looked. I'm like, wait, is that my 10-mile-long schnoz at the bottom there?
When I noticed it when I was watching the version with the copyright cuts in it. Because that was, like, really obvious. And I was like, oh, there's someone here. The call is coming from inside the house.
That is the funniest thing anybody has ever done in my name, and I 100% approve of it.
I am so happy. And if anyone doesn't know what they're talking about, go back and take a good hard look at the last reaction video on my channel.
There's a person there. It's me! Oh, God, I forget how long the intro is. Seems like the intros get longer every year.
Everything gets longer every year. That's what she said.
If only everything got longer every year.
Yeah, this volume is definitely... We're at the halfway mark now, right?
Yep, 8 out of 14.
So we're almost there!
Oh, living on a prayer.
Birdie. I can still get in my birdie at the beginning.
It's Ironwood, it's a white bird! No, it's winter!
Boop.
You didn't actually touch her with your hair, okay.
Yeah, she didn't actually boop her. 0 out of 10 already. Worst episode ever.
What are you doing up?
Can't fall back asleep.
Like, the sun's up.
It's sunrise, so.
A nice wife strikes again. I will pour this on you, and it will burn.
Okay, that was kind of cute.
I
Upskirt.
honestly wasn't sure if I'd ever see you two.
Why?
Well,
I'm not even mad, just why? Just why?
Oh, you're mad. You know you're mad.
I just wish Blake could be here.
Holy shit, they mentioned Blake!
They remembered. Finally.
yeah, well, she made her choice.
Oh shit, is Yang actually pissed?
She sounds pissed.
Whoa.
Yes!
Holy shit, wow.
Okay, is she actually mad at Blake, or is she faking it?
No, I'm totally fine. I'm great.
I'm pretty sure she's just faking it to, like,
Whoa.
justify Blake not being here.
No, her eyes turned red.
No, I mean, she's not actually angry
she's
at Blake.
hurt.
Because if she didn't care that Blake wasn't there, why would she be angry?
Yeah, why did she even go through this? Oh, speaking of Blake.
Oh, she says she doesn't care, but she's pissed. Like she's pissed that Blake isn't there.
So she actually does want Blake to be...
Did Ilya leave her a
Did
message?
you really just notice that, even though you've been sitting at that post for however long?
Oh, is Ilya... Oh, no.
We've got the entire nocturnal section to hit up.
Why are they going recruiting at like 11 o'clock at night?
Nocturnal sector. He just said it.
Oh, okay.
Which does, like... Wait, faunus or nocturnal? I mean, I guess,
Well, I guess
but
owl,
it's a little
maybe like
weird.
owl
Cat
faunus and
faunus.
skunk faunus.
How do they go to the like... But if a bunch of faunus are nocturnal...
Oh, look, guys, it's the yellow hedgehog. Wait, no, it's Yang.
Hey, wait. That picture was on Ty's dresser after she
You
left.
probably have more than one copy of it.
It's signed.
They can make copies. Imagine they have photocopy technology.
Okay, okay.
Yeah? Look, Ruby, I really don't want to talk about it, okay?
That's not Ruby. It looks nothing like Ruby.
Oh,
Okay, what is with the rabid Weiss and Yang shipping here?
I mean, because
know.
Blake is gone, so they have to do something.
They can't do Ruby and Yang.
They can, if they tried hard enough.
No. No.
Why not do freaking Weiss and Ruby? Come on. I'm even wearing my hoodie for this.
I don't think you know what it's like to be left. You have a giant family.
You did not watch Lost Volume.
Whoa, Yang.
My mom
Yang.
left
And
me.
you did not care when you saw her.
Ty was always busy with school and Ruby
I thought Ty
couldn't
was busy
talk
being
yet.
an emotional shut-up.
I had to pick up the pieces.
Are we rewriting things again?
Not really.
Is that what we're doing?
This is pretty much the same thing she said to Blake in, Volume 2.
Yeah.
My dad finally admitted to my mom that the only reason he married her was for the family name.
And she didn't do anything about it.
I think she already knew.
And yet she didn't do anything
I wish
about
we had
it.
gotten to
What-
know her.
But hearing him say it finally pushed her
I wish
over
we'd
the
gotten to
edge.
know her. She sounds like an interesting person.
Them hand models.
I have my own version.
It's a remix. It's coming out on my album.
No.
Why do you think she did
Because
that?
I lost my right arm. Evenings just weren't the same.
But what? Now you have the new hands.
How could I be there for her if she doesn't let me?
Barb's actually doing a pretty decent job today.
Oh yeah, this
Yeah.
is like miles better than season 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Barb has advanced a
Yeah.
lot.
Like, I mean, I know I'm the one who's always been kind of like... I'm always the one who's kind of like down on her voice acting, but she's actually doing pretty okay today.
If she comes back.
With that hand of yours,
will.
Yang, I'm sure she'll be coming back and keep coming back again and again and again.
God damn it.
I mean, we've already confirmed it has a vibrate function, so...
Or more like family to me than my brother or even my own father.
What about your sister?
She forgot about her.
Apparently the show forgot about her, too.
I'll be there for her.
It's weird that it's coming from Weiss of all people.
Well, I mean, who else would it come from?
Yeah, Ruby? I don't know.
Yeah, but Ruby is in Yang's exact same situation.
Oh, speak of the devil. Oh, I called that before she even came in.
Everything okay?
I love that I can predict shit like that.
Well, yeah.
Okay, I was worried you were going to punch my girlfriend in the face for dating me.
Oh.
Wait, you're dating my sister? Yeah. Weiss, you didn't tell her?
Oh, she actually changed to...
Oh, nifty.
Why are her...
Sorry.
Blake, why are you not realizing...
She,
You can make it up to me by helping us stop Corsican
No, that's
Fennec.
not what she's saying sorry for.
No. I'm sorry.
How did you not realize this was a trap?
Those are some awesome reaction times, Blake.
Why'd you get off?
Ouch!
Whoa. Hello,
What
cute
the-
lady.
Is it a lady? Could be a trap.
Oh.
Wait.
A spider faunus!
With
What?
a hole in her hand?
Why doesn't she have 8 eyes?
And you think killing me is really for the greater good?
Yeah. Yeah. Is anyone questioning that?
Dramatic.
You can't! I won't let you!
You're all tied up, though.
That's why you're being sent to Mistral.
To the plot.
Oh.
To Adam.
This is how this is gonna work. Okay.
This isn't you!
I like how the other three are just back there, listening to this conversation.
You were just too busy falling for Adam to
Whoa.
notice.
What?
I was always jealous of the way you looked at him.
I wanted you
Whoa! Really?
What the fuck?
They finally got the gay character! Finally!
Oh,
5 volumes later, finally!
they actually did it!
What?
Hey, son! For once, I'm glad to see you here!
For once, your stalking tendency is paid off!
Thanks for the backup.
What the fuck? Did she...
Son, for once, I'm glad you're here.
She just ripped those spider webs off, like they were nothing.
I don't know.
Why didn't she do that at any point in the last conversation? If she could just.
Oh no! There's gunfire.
If she could just.
Protect the waifu!
Protect what? Wait, that killed him? It was a shot to the shoulder.
Where is his arm? Yeah!
Oh, nice!
Oh, shit!
Wall is OP.
Okay.
Floor is OP.
This is all right.
Why is it like still the floor?
Well, that sucks.
Are they reloading right now?
I'm guessing.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
How long? He's not even reloading.
What the fuck is that?
I'm afraid I'm inclined to agree.
Damn you, Mike McFarland.
They're not doing anything.
No, don't do that! The last person who
Gary,
did that!
you're the one last volume who said use more armor!
They're just not doing any. Why weren't they doing anything?
Because dramatic posing! Okay, wait, I want to take a look at the voice cast again because that's who I am. Yeah. I don't know these voice actors. Okay. So with that, would you say that was the best episode 8 that they've had so far, or?
Well, here's the thing is, given that it's 14 episodes, I'm guessing that this actually skews it.
Well, no, wait, season 1, volume 1 had 16 episodes.
But the thing is, each episode was really just, almost each episode was half an actual episode. That's the thing, that's the trick with what they did with volume, actually, you're right, because it was episode 8, not episode 6. Huh. Shit, you're right. So my argument falls in deaf ears. Never mind then.
Like, episode 8, like, actual episode 8 was the second part of the Jean arc.
Oh god, yeah, so that means that would make it even worse, yeah.
Which was still really bad.
Yeah, that was still terrible. Shit. Okay, so honestly though, I for the most part I liked that episode.
Yeah. Wait, why did Michael Jones get top billing over Blake?
Because he said he spoke first.
It goes in order of who speaks first.
Right.
She didn't say anything.
Right.
Before.
Because I was just thinking Blake appeared first, but she didn't say anything. Okay, makes sense.
Which is why Blake is absent from episode 3 because Aaron didn't have any lines in that episode.
I was impressed.
Yeah, that was pretty okay. Especially that ending there with Gira just owning everyone.
That was better than the other 3 episode 8s. They finally did it.
Other 4.
Oh yeah, 4. Right.
There have been 4 volumes.
I was trying to block out volume 2. Thanks.
What are you talking about? They just brought it back. They referenced it directly with Yang.
No, they didn't reference it. They repeated a scene.
Fair enough. The one scene that worked.
They've introduced a gay character.
Okay, you go.
Like every time they make an attempt to like go in the right direction with something, there is both a positive and a negative to this Ilya reveal.
Yep.
The positive is, yay, there's a gay character now, and it's it's an important character, and it's voiced by Jeremy Lay, who I would listen to read the fucking phone book.
Yes, I'm all of these are all the great positives. The big negative, go please.
The gay phone book.
Here's where it gets complicated. Their gay character is a villain.
No, she's not. She's trying to kill the huntsman.
Well, she's villainous.
That's a good thing.
She's portrayed as a villainous character, which the LGBT people have seen a million times. And not only that, with this act, with that line she had said, which, I mean, I did kind of like it, how, like, I was always jealous of you for that you looked at him. It essentially made her just as creepy as Adam.
Blake brings it out of people. What can I say?
Oh my god. It's all of the creepy fanboys and fangirls.
But on top of that, I am now getting major Death Flag vibes.
I don't know.
And killing a gay character off is another thing that they've seen a million fucking times.
I would hold off on making that declaration. The thing is, like,
Yeah.
I'm not getting, if I'm getting any death flags, it's not for this volume. At least not immediately.
Not for this volume. I'm not saying it's for this volume. I'm saying, but in general, actually since the Black trailer, I've kind of been getting Death Flag vibes from her.
Yeah, I could see that.
There's a good chance it might happen.
I don't know. I would honestly be impressed if they killed anyone off.
To be fair, I'm not going to disagree with you on that. Like, when you guys are making predictions, like, all last volume about who's dying, I'm like, you guys are giving this shit way too much credit. Because
I think Gira is going to bite it. Because he is going shirtless into a gunfight.
Either Gira or Callie, yeah.
Yeah, I would still be impressed.
Yeah, I mean, it would show actual follow-through on legitimate threat. It would actually make the White Fang a threat for once.
Yeah.
They actually succeeded in a political assassination that wasn't within their own ranks.
Yeah.
We did it, guys! We killed someone!
Who wasn't one of us?
Woo! They were just not shooting at Gira. They were just letting him stand there and get all powered up. They were letting him go Super Saiyan.
Dramatic posing!
And he was just like, they were just like, should we maybe shoot him? No. Have you learned nothing about dramatic poses?
I want to go back to the Ilya thing just for a brief moment because I wanted to let you a moment inside the mind of a shipper.
Okay. I've explored that. I've explored that mind. Go ahead.
No,
because
no, never. I refuse.
Yeah, no. This is going to be a terrifying experience for some of you. Okay, so when you introduce an unrequited love, one of the things that I immediately go to as a shipper is who can I ship with them to heal that unrequited love? Like, who can they be paired up with romantically in order to make that less painful? The problem with RWBY is that I can't do that. And you might be like, oh, because we haven't really seen Ilya interact with anyone else. And I'm like, yes, that's really the problem. We haven't seen any interaction. We don't see any interaction between characters. That's a point that I've been trying to raise. Like, it's really not. You really don't no point in shipping within the show itself. Let's just go to the fanfiction. I mean, the last episode was a perfect example of character. Like, finally, we got like a concrete example that they have no idea how to write characters interacting with one another. But here, it just exemplifies the fact that Ilya's entire character, she's based upon 2 points. She's White Fang. And she's in love with Blake.
Yeah.
Same thing with Adam. He's White Fang, and he's in love with Blake. There is nothing else more to that character. We don't know about their friendships. We don't know about their other dynamics. And you might be like, well, they're only really now being dived into. And I'm like, that's the fucking problem.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's the thing with this volume. Like, I could bitch about panty shots all day, but at the end of the day, like, the real problem with this volume is that nothing's happening, and the conversations we are happening is shit we should have talked about at least a volume ago.
You want to know when this should have happened? This should have happened at the end of Volume 4.
Yeah.
This right here, this climax should have happened at the end of Volume 4.
Sure, yeah.
I mean, maybe not Ilya's gay reveal, because we only ever saw the character once that entire volume, but... but that scenario of her getting captured should have happened.
Ilya should have been introduced at the beginning of Volume 4.
Ooh.
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe she could have gone home with Blake instead of Sun.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
Oh, Ilya, if only there was someone who loved you.
Although with that said, I do still stand by that. I've never been happier to see Sun in 2 volumes. So.
Agreed.
Yeah. That for once. I'm glad Sun was in Menagerie.
For once, his stalking paid off.
Yeah, exactly. No, Sun's actually been getting a little better this volume.
I mean, where was there left for him to go, other than up?
I know. Volume 4 was already pretty rock bottom for him.
So do we want to talk about the spider faunus and how having a hole in the palm of your hand is probably not healthy for you?
Does she shit out of that hole too? Like... Am I wrong about spider anatomy? Don't they, like, shit out of their web holes?
I mean, listen, I can tell you about scorpion anatomy all day, but I haven't read up on spider anatomy, so...
I'm trying to think of a good analogy for this. Like, the same exit point, but 2 different tubes, I want to say?
Why did they just do a Spider-Man and have it come out of a wrist?
Copyright infringement.
I mean, that makes... I mean, yeah, that makes
please,
sense.
they've already ripped off everything else in the world.
Yeah, I know, they've already copyright infringed Marvel.
Yeah.
like more than once.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of which, do we want to go back to that Yang Weiss discussion? I mean, we learned...
Nope.
No?
No?
Nope. Didn't happen. Didn't happen.
Really? No, I liked it. What was wrong with it?
It was just kind of repeat of the...
It was giving a little more insight on Weiss's mother, which I liked.
It was telling us. It was just,
That's true.
True. Our family wasn't happy. Here, let me explain
That's
it to
true.
you.
Yeah.
It's like they don't care.
No, they don't.
They had an entire volume to like do stuff, and they were like, no.
They had an entire volume to at least introduce the mother, and all we got was one comment saying she was drinking in the garden.
Drinking in the garden.
I will put here, Fat Man, this is one of the points where I'm going to disagree with you on some regard.
Yeah, sure.
It wasn't handled the best as it could be, but some exposition isn't bad, especially when it's being used to catalyze character interaction. Yeah. The idea of them sharing their family histories with each other in order to bond closer to one another is a scene we have sorely needed in this entire series. This is the first time, like this entire episode is the first time where I felt that RWBY, Weiss, and Yang were genuinely really close friends. And that they're actually sharing things together that are deep personal issues.
Wait a second. Isn't that like the opposite though? Because this is the first time they're talking about this with each other.
That's why I'm saying I agree with you in part, is that this should have happened volumes ago. I'm just fucking happy that we finally got it.
How about the fact that they're all the same?
It's something better than nothing, Fat Man. It's something better than nothing.
Like, I mean, Weiss...
And at this time...
What?
At this point, Yang is on the receiving end of it, which is different enough for me.
This is really the best we can do.
But, okay, it's that Weiss line of, I'm sure Blake has her own version of loneliness, too. But it's all loneliness. Like... Why is that? It's like they all have the same thread of, like, connectivity. And it's not, like, good, because they're just telling us this, like, flat out. It's not like, oh, yeah, we get to know these characters, and then we see how they all, or we see how all of their arcs meld together at this, like, crossroad of loneliness.
And now that I think about it, Blake doesn't have her own version of loneliness. She's constantly being stalked by Sun.
Yeah, I guess so.
Like, I mean, I wonder what was up with Miles and Carrie in their childhood where they write this. Like, are they like, I mean, is this, I mean, you know, you write what you know, right? Why are they...
Because I met Miles' parents, and they seem like pretty cool people, so... I don't think that...
Parents... I don't think parents are the issue, because the problem is, like, they're not writing Weiss quite as competently, and my camera just went out. What?
Again?
I'm guessing they were lonely kids growing up. Or one of them was a lonely kid growing up, and I'm guessing it was probably...
Carrie strikes me as a lonely kid growing up.
But I don't want to make assumptions on who it was. Because, I mean, obviously I could be very wrong.
Maybe,
but
yeah.
It does seem like loneliness is what stuck with them when it came to depression, as opposed to... I'm trying to think of, like right now, the entire show has me on this, like, loneliness aspect. It has me tunnel visioned on it, so I'm trying to think outside of that. And I think that's what the writers fell into.
Yeah. Like, Yang, Blake, and Weiss are just, like, hopelessly extroverted. And the only thing that, you know, the only negative thing in their life that they can really pin down is how they didn't have anyone else there. That's why it's like, you know, because RWBY has always sort of, like, bounced around between, like, introversion and extroversion.
Yeah.
Like, her better scenes are the one where she's, like, really, really introverted, so I like to think that, like, that's actually her personality, and all of her other scenes were, like, glorified jokes. Even though, like, some of her introverted scenes were jokes. Like, I don't need people to help me grow up. I have milk.
I drink milk, yeah.
And then you have, like, Ozpin being like, you shouldn't be hanging out with your friends? They're probably all gonna die someday in a field. And she's like, not really. I'd rather go fucking, fight
I'd rather go avenge them.
Yeah.
Instead of hang out with them before they die.
Yeah, really. So she's got this, like, serious case of introversion, and, like, everybody else is, like, fighting with loneliness. And it's just like, okay, are you just telling us that, like, what do you you telling us over here? Yeah, you're gonna be introverted, or you're gonna be depressed because people are completely unreliable sources of happiness. Like, there's a bit of a not really a disconnect, but giving them a little bit of credit to say this was even an intentional character moment for RWBY. Why did my volume go down again? God damn it.
Damn it, Skype. Oh, wait, we're not on Skype anymore.
Yeah, that's fucking weird. Okay. But yeah, that's what I just said, and I said it. Any thoughts? Any concerns? Any feelings? Introversion is bad. I knew that all along, but it's still weird to see it like presented in such black and white terms.
It's not even necessarily bad, because some people are more comfortable being introverted.
Believe me, I have a friend who's introverted right now. Who's introverted, not right now, but she's introverted, and she's one of the most wonderful people I know. She's a wonderful chef. Yeah. She's going to Japan on her own just because she wanted to.
Wow.
Like, yeah, like she's just going to visit it for like 2 weeks, and I'm just like, take me with you, and she's like,
oh yeah,
you paying for yourself, and I'm like, no.
I forgot payment, right?
I'm not really sure exactly what this. I think the writers are taking it from the very immature us. Like speaking from like the evolution of writers, I think they're reaching that point where they see introversion as an absolute negative.
But RWBY's the only character who's not depressed.
Which is what a lot of really...
not depressed about her past, I should say.
Yeah, but at the same point, she's also like the one character right now who's not interesting at all.
Because she had the same fucking past as Yang. Yeah. So like, what was that? Like, but she's okay with it. It's like they're taking the extroverted characters and making them like shit out of luck. Like Yang is like, oh, my family life, and Weiss is like, oh, my family life, and Blake is like, oh, my dead family life, and RWBY's like, yes, get on my level, scrubs. You don't see me complaining.
Well, that's the thing is, like, the way I'm trying to articulate it is that they see introversion as a negative, and they as a negative trait, and they see extroversion as a positive trait, and to make up for it, they reverse the positives and negatives that each character receive. So RWBY is upbeat about her introversion because that's sort of like, against all oppression, she's fighting the good fight. On the flip side, Yang, Weiss, and Blake, who are apparently extroverted, are all being beaten down because that's something that the writers see, that's something they didn't have. That's something that... It's a very complicated thought I'm trying to get into, but it's a fault that a lot of immature writers fall into, namely ones that write high school drama like movies.
Yeah,
like you ever realize that like the high school drama movies always end with the unpopular kid who's the introvert becoming suddenly very extroverted with a whole bundle of friends. It's that kind of mentality that I'm trying to get at. That I think they're going for. Yeah. And at the very end of those movies, it's the extroverts that always wind up sad and miserable and alone.
Yeah.
I see.
It's that writing trap that I think they have fallen into. I could be reading way more into it than I need to be, and I know people in the comments are going to say that. But that's what I'm seeing.
And honestly, they probably just didn't think about it.
Well, exactly. No one thinks about that. It's a subconscious drive of their writing style. It takes a lot of self-knowledge to write well.
We want to see popular people suffer.
Yeah.
God, I hope Blake dies.
Oh my god.
They gave 3 of their main characters not the same past, but like the same experience in their past. And I'm just sitting here like, why? You all like they have like 60, 50, 70, 1,486,000.
Yeah, we just introduced like 7 more, so yeah.
You already have all these characters, and yet 3 out of your 4 main ones have the same baggage. What? What?
Yeah. And the 4th one just doesn't have anything.
Well, yeah.
Well, I don't know because Blake doesn't have mommy issues. She has
well, no, she
or daddy issues.
But she does though. It's just they're all her fault. And now they're gonna die, so you don't think she's gonna?
Yeah, she's gonna have him bad. Yeah. One of the parents isn't making that.
I would be impressed. I don't think they're gonna do it because they didn't do it with Crow.
Yeah, I don't know. Crow, I think they would keep around just because it's Vic, but I don't know.
I don't.
Blake's parents have had death flags over their heads for Maeve since pretty much their introduction. So,
I suppose. What? Crow didn't even have a death flag. He had the word death written on him.
Yeah.
In poison. Like.
Yeah, and he bounced back from that amazingly well.
I know.
The problem is like Kent Williams is a fantastic voice actor, and I would be sad to see him go.
Yeah.
And Callie is such a cute and awesome design, and she's been so far really well handled.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to see either of them die. Just I kind of get the feeling they might. Yeah. They might actually die.
Well, I mean, when you think about how fast they killed off Sienna,
it's
just like, I'm Sienna, now you're dead.
Oh, maybe I don't know. Maybe Kent Williams isn't worth as much as Monica Ryle, but
Sienna, you later.
I don't know. They're just really weird. It's like
the thing is like because I can't tell who's actually going to end up dying inevitably. I don't know if that's good writing or bad writing. Because on one hand, I have to say, you guys are doing a great job of keeping me in suspense. But on the flip side is, I have no background for exactly who you want to die or not.
It's unpredictable. But like, okay, did you see all those fucking faunas just like bite it in one shot?
Yeah! Does no one have fucking aura?
Callie's guard shouldn't have been dead. He got hit in the shoulder.
The right shoulder!
Shock doesn't work that fast!
They wouldn't shoot a bunny. Oh fuck, they shot a bunny!
Cut back, and the guy that shot him is Dick Cheney.
Oh my god! I love that that's still a joke after all these years.
Okay, Blake broke out of the spider shit. She broke out of the spider shit. What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, when did that happen? I was actually wondering.
But it happened, like, immediately.
It happened off screen.
She couldn't have done that?
Yeah.
I know, she's like, I need to stop Ilya from killing my parents.
Like 2 seconds
If only
ago.
I could just take this. Oh, I can. They were just normal spider webs.
I love how the spider faunus, like, draws a fucking knife. Like, you have this guy waving around a bow staff made of flintlock pistols, and you pull out a knife?
Wait, they're flintlocks? I thought they were just they're shotguns.
Yeah, they're shotguns.
They look like flintlocks. Like they have the aesthetic of a flintlock pistol.
Well, I mean, Scarlet has a flintlock, so
actually, that raises a question about the pistols in this universe. What the fuck do they use as ammunition? Because we saw dust.
What did any of them use?
We saw dust bullets, but these are flintlock pistols that are firing multiple shots without reloading. Like, watch the Callie scene. Watch the Callie in her guard. How the fuck is the hammer getting reset back into the position? There's no mechanism.
Maybe they confused flintlocks with 6-shooters, but
there's no space for extra ammunition unless it's like energy ammunition, which we've never quite established if dust counts as energy ammunition. But then again, we saw Blake loading her gun with individual hard-cased bullets in Volume 2. So, what the fuck are these things? Why do they have...
Dude, I've been asking this question since Volume fucking 1.
Why do they have little knives on the front? Like, what is a pistol?
It also has to be melee. It has to be melee and it has to be ranged. That's the criteria for RWBY weapons.
That you would break your wrist! You would break your wrist!
Well, we've already established that. Yeah.
Why? What?
I almost don't even care about any of their, like...
technology.
Yeah, all their technological inconsistencies. Like, oh yeah, sure, yeah, you can fire a flintlock pistol 4 or 5 times without reloading it. That's
You see, for me, that's on my end of the spectrum of bitching about, because that's like lore implicative shit, and lore is my jam.
The difference between picking up a loaded pistol and an unloaded pistol is world-shatteringly indicative of how the story is going to play out. Has anybody ever in RWBY, I'm asking because I don't remember, has anybody ever in RWBY, like, dry-fired an empty pistol? Has anyone ever pointed a gun and gone, click, like there was no bullets?
I'm pretty sure it's happened, but, like, not for the main characters. But yeah, no, I'm pretty sure there's been at least one instance. I just can't think of what it was right now.
No, you're right. I don't think anyone has dry fired in this.
None of the main cast, at least.
What's up with any of that? Like it's not something they value as a storytelling device.
No, they will value it the minute they realize they can use it to create more tension, and then they will use it once and then immediately forget that it exists.
Okay, wait. Do they want to? Would they use it to create more tension? Because they, in this episode, showed Corsic and Fennec standing stock still while Gira took off his clothes and powered up.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, Gira went on that whole thing to Blake about having less, like, needing more armor last time, and he's in the middle of a fucking fight, and he's ripping his damn shirt off! Gira, you hypocritical motherfucker!
You have an armored shoulder piece. It's like the only piece of armor you have on you. Okay, with the exception of that weird thing you have on your stomach, which admittedly is right where Blake got stabbed. So you're already improving above where she was in this circumstance.
Oh no! Oh no! It's a shame that I won't be able to use any of that in the abridged because I already have an idea.
One last thing I'm gonna say on the Ilya thing, because I mean I have a platform, I might as well use it. People wouldn't be arguing for more representation if it wasn't like people. I assume people are gonna get mad about the Ilya thing because it's a villainous character who's gay. This wouldn't be something to bitch about if there were more representation on that, so don't use this as an excuse to not put more characters in.
We need more lesbians!
When people argue for gay characters and more black characters and like that, they're not asking for like a token character. You're supposed to be representing the culture of the world you're setting up. And in the world you're setting up in the culture, there's more than one race, there's more than one sexuality, there's more than one religion, all that shit. So what we're saying is, when you have just all white people, that's what people get annoyed at. And the reason why people are angry about people who bitch about representation is because majority of them are white folk who never had to worry about that. They're guaranteed it right out of the womb. So, yeah, the people who get angry at the people are like clamoring for representation, the ones who anger me the most, is like, well, yeah, you probably never had to worry about that. So, yeah, I guess that's just my last rant on that. I
usually take the stance of appropriate representation over, because you never want to force diversity. The minute you force diversity is the minute you just like wind up with. That's how you get token characters. That's how you wind up having characters that are there for no reason. That's how you end up dragging a story down with characters that wouldn't be doing things that they wouldn't be. Basically, characters acting out of character. Like that's how you just write yourself into a corner.
No, I absolutely understand that. But I'm saying, like, in regards to the gay character, like, Yang could easily be gay and nothing could change about her.
Well, she did Google all the boys. I would go with bi. I would argue bi.
Yeah, bi would be great too, because there's a severe lack of bi people in the media. So, but yeah, no, what I'm saying is, the point I'm getting at is, Yang, if like whites turn out to be gay, she herself as a character would not have to change. It's just the fact that she likes girls instead of boys.
What? Okay, I just had a thought. What if it turns out this entire time that John was gay?
Good!
I mean,
nothing would have to change about him as a character either. He would just be a dude.
It puts all the scenes with Pyrrha into a whole new context.
If John turned out to be gay, it wouldn't need to change anything. He'd still be the same useless loser. He'd just happen to like dudes instead.
No, it's like Pyrrha kisses him, and he's like, Pyrrha needs backup. This is gonna be awkward. I'm not gonna call backup for her.
That was my rant on that, because I just wanted to get that out in the end, because it's something that...
We cut you free, my friends.
I know it's a conversation that the majority of the internet doesn't want to get into because there's a whole stigma on it, but just because a select group of people are out of control doesn't mean you shouldn't talk about it. That's all I'm getting at there. All right, so that's it for now. I will see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
More characters. More characters. It's always a good thing. Because if all your characters are the same, it's fucking lame. It's like, it's not about like, politically correct inclusion. No, it's just when all your characters are the same, it is boring.
There's no dynamic. There's no bounce.
Hey, straight white male. I am also a straight white male. Shall we be straight white males together in a straight white male way? Yes. It's boring.
Hello, evil female character who's lesbian. Let's go be evil lesbians.
Now, see, that's interesting. That is objectively better.
Actually, that raises the question, do you think the other White Fang members, the ones that we saw in this episode, are going to get more expansion? I mean, yes, but I mean also, like, do you think we're going to get more expansion on them as characters?
Oh, they're not going to get any expansion at all. I think that Batman is going to get like 3 lines of dialogue. At least I hope he gets 3 lines of dialogue.
Yeah.
Because I want to keep using Batman in my abridged. Is there anything else you have to say?
Lesbians! It took you 5 volumes and finally I get a little bit of what I want. Just a little bit. It's not how I wanted it to be. It's nowhere near how I wanted it to be. But it's something. It's something for the poor shipper inside my heart that's been wiltering this entire time. Is wiltering a word? Wiltering's a word, yeah.
Wiltering?
No, wilting.
Yeah.
Wiltering. Wiltering. It's a word now, damn it.
Wilter White?
Wilter White.
He's the one who nicks.
All right. I think we're good here.
Vidme. Poor Vidme.
R.I.P. in peace.
Poor Vidme.
All right, now, bye, lady. Bye, everyone.
Is he there?
He's off doing Fat Man things.
Okay. All right.
As is the natural order of things.